Good afternoon, everyone. Today I thought I'd say a few words about power. And power is quite a big thing for us humans. And this talk will be about power, our unique relationship with power, and how it affects us as humans, how in terms of how we interact with others, how we lead, how we interact within an organization, and also about the choices we make in life based on how we feel about our own power. Now, the field of rank and power, as it's called, is quite a large field, and it contains quite a lot of theories that we don't naturally think of. Now, let me describe from the beginning. Now, the way we feel about power and the way we feel about other people's power, we actually put the power on those people by various attributes we see in them. And so, as an example, each of us has many unique attributes that make up let's call it our power. These things could be, for example, how educated we are, the privilege we have. Now, in the field of rank and power works along with privilege and prejudice, and all of those live together in the same pot, let's call it. So each of our rank has to do with how we speak, the privilege we have, our health, our education, our financial well-being, and many, many things we may have gained through life. And so there are many almost materialistic things. And then there's also what we call spiritual rank. Now, spiritual rank, it's not about religion, but that is rank we are given by others based on experiences we've had. And these experiences could be things like suffering, being marginalized, taking on huge challenges, years of illness or incarceration or things like that. So if we reflect on the late Nelson Mandela, he's someone that certainly I would attribute huge amounts of power to if he was still with us or in the past, but not necessarily because of the things he had and all the experiences, but rather the huge things he did for all of us, the long journey he walked, that he was a selfless leader. He seemed to walk and serve people and always choose to do the right thing. So in his case, if we look at him or reflect on him rather, we'll see a man of massive stature based on the rank we put on him. Now, each of us, whether we're young or old, we have levels of rank. But our big challenge is that we don't always see our own rank. We often say, oh, no, I'm not very successful. I've not done well. I'm just like everybody else. But we don't realize, that in fact other people may not see that. They may say, in fact, you speak very, very wisely, you're very educated, you're so well off. Whereas for ourselves, we may say, oh, no, I'm not doing so well. And hence, this is about the privilege we have. And we're often blind to our own privilege. But yet other people see this privilege. Now, if each of us grew up somehow, and let's say our situation gave us a low self-image or low self-esteem, whatever it is, we may think that we have no power. And hence other people see that in fact we do. And if we were to act as if we had no power, then sometimes we overstate ourselves. We go and we push other people, or we become angry, or we hold back from speaking up because we see other people as having more power than us. And this is kind of the root of a lot of our challenges, in that we feel powerless, and hence we don't speak up and influence society, or we overstate ourselves. Now, when we become leaders in organizations, and I mean by leaders, let me take it a step further, we become leaders and we're given management positions. Then we're also given another form of rank, which we can call positional rank. And let's say someone was now appointed as a CEO. Now, after a while, that person as CEO will just feel like everybody else for himself, but he's still CEO of the organization. So literally, wherever he goes, he's actually on a little invisible podium and his voice is heard much louder than everyone else. And this is something many, many leaders in organizations don't realize. And if that same person happened to have a poor view of their own power, then there's a chance that instead of just influencing people as if they were equals, they would start influencing through their position and say, listen, I'm the boss, do what I tell you. And this is when we start getting to an area of power abuse, when leaders or managers start becoming autocratic and forcing people, yet they're blind to that themselves. They don't actually realize that what's making their voice louder is in fact their position. And they really need to look at a consultative approach. And again, some of my earlier talks have touched on talent, and this is why it's so important to ensure that people who are hired or move to higher positions are aware and able to use their power in a responsible way, in a way of treating other adults as adults, which is quite key in this world that we're in now. And also that they're able to help people, because power is also very, very useful. And I'm not saying here one should not use your power. But power is very useful when you start showing people the way forward. You start showing the vision. You start walking the talk. And hence, this is why culture is best changed from the top. It's very hard to change an organization's culture when the top leaders are not walking the talk. Because everybody else in that organization or country attributes power to those people. And it becomes, they need to walk the talk so that we then aspire to being that. And so anyway, take a few moments out and think about your own relationship to power. Think of ever, do you become angry with others because you seem to think they always get the opportunities and you don't? And sometimes we become angry at other people because they seem to speak up and we don't. And then that's a time to start looking at self and saying, how do I view my own power? Okay? And this is quite a big thing. I think that's where I'll end my talk today. Again, if anyone wants any customized talks or customized leadership development work, coaching, please just message me and take care and have a great day.